Steam railway enthusiasts who wish to express their interest through the medium of railway modelling and require a representation of landscape and railway infrastructure usually have to plump for the smaller gauges, entailing steam outline models powered by electric motors. Or do they? The steam seen issuing from the chimney of this fully operational double-O gauge model of Coronation Pacific City of Nottingham has just exhausted from two double-acting cylinders of a 1/4 inch diameter. Steam is raised and superheated by small immersion heaters, picking up current at 12 volts from the track. Current consumption is approximately 40 watts. Control is achieved by an onboard control system, activated by varying voltage and current direction through the tracks. No electronics are involved. As the engine hauls its 11 coaches and 2 covered vans up the 1 in 96 incline, it is possible to hear the chatter of the exhaust. Simplicity has been an important criteria in designing the model. For instance, as steaming duration is approximately 1 hour on one filling of the boiler, no provision has been made for boiler replenishment whilst running. The boiler can simply be allowed to boil dry with no ill effects, provided power is switched off in reasonable time. In practice, steaming duration can be timed to terminate before this point is reached. Again, for simplicity, only one steam distribution valve is utilised, the valve linkage visible being purely cosmetic. This one valve could feed any number of cylinders in any desired sequence. Apart from replenishing the boiler, the only other regular maintenance necessary is to check the cylinder oil reservoir. This is advisable after 3 or 4 runs. Oiling of the remaining working parts is largely unnecessary, as in this size of model the oil tends to creep and nicely lubricate all working joints and bearings by capillary action. Here the engine is seen coming off shed in preparation to back down onto the awaiting coaches in the station. How gently this manoeuvre can be achieved depends largely on the skill of the operator. To demonstrate that change of direction is achieved entirely hands-off, the coaches will be set back, forward gear engaged, and the train drawn out of the station in one continuous shot, coupling up having taken place during a previous break in shooting. The whistle has a dual function in that it also monitors the position of the onboard control gear. The fact that the up platform appears to be doing a brisk trade in Coronation Pacifics is regretfully due to a trick of the camera. As the steam train waits at the platform, the diesel trundles through on a short goods. Conventional electrically powered models can be run on the layout simply by having the various track sections switchable between the relevant control sources. Replenishing the boiler is actually achieved by connecting a water container to the boiler filler clack, masquerading as the tender tank filler, after having first closed the regulator and switched off, and then allowing the subsequent vacuum formed as the water cools to suck the water in. It should be explained that the boiler is actually housed in the tender for greater capacity. Anyway, it's time for the off, and departure is heralded once more by that whistle, which reputedly is perceived by the 4mm scale populace to be a pure Caledonian hooter. The regulator, or throttle, is subject to coarse or fine adjustment, giving a high degree of controllability. However, as in full-size practice, much depends on the skill of the driver. For instance, as steaming rate is constant, consideration has to be given to conserving steam pressure for sustained uphill work, especially with a heavy load. One thing that cannot be conveyed is the occasional nostalgic aroma from combining hot oil with steam. Because this is only minimal and absent of combustion gases, the system is ideal for indoor use, even in relatively confined spaces. In all, there is much enjoyment and satisfaction to be had driving real-life steam through a railway landscape.